Welcome to our channel. We share stories every day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification. Now, snuggle up and relax. Today we have a folk story, The True Treasure Within. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the mountains, there lived a poor farmer named Juan. Juan was a hard-working man, but despite his efforts, he always struggled to make ends meet. One day, while tilling his fields, Juan stumbled upon a small, shiny object buried in the dirt. He dug it up and was astonished to find a golden key. He knew that such a precious object must be valuable, so he decided to take it to the local wise woman for advice. The wise woman examined the key and told Juan that it was the key to a secret treasure hidden deep in the mountains. She advised him to set out on a journey to find the treasure, but warned him that the journey would be perilous and filled with obstacles. Undaunted, Juan set out on his journey, determined to find the treasure and improve his fortunes. He climbed over rugged terrain, crossed treacherous rivers, and battled fierce beasts along the way. After many long days of travel, Juan finally reached the mountain peak where the treasure was said to be hidden. He found a small cave and used the golden key to unlock the entrance. Inside the cave, Juan found a vast hoard of treasures, including piles of gold and jewels, precious artwork, and rare artifacts. Overwhelmed by his good fortune, Juan filled his pockets with as much treasure as he could carry and began to make his way back down the mountain. As he journeyed back to his village, Juan encountered a man in need. "Excuse me, sir," the man said. "I am hungry and thirsty and have nothing to my name. Can you spare some food or water?" Juan hesitated. He knew that he had plenty of food and water in his pack, but he was reluctant to share it. After all, he had worked hard to find the treasure and felt that he deserved to keep it all for himself. But as he looked at the man's tired and hungry face, he felt a pang of guilt. He knew that he could not turn the man away. "Of course," Juan said, handing the man a loaf of bread and a skin of water. "Take this, it's the least I can do." The man was overjoyed and thanked Juan for his kindness. He offered to help Juan carry the treasure back to his village, and together they set off down the mountain. But as they journeyed down the mountain, they encountered a group of bandits who were notorious for robbing travelers. The bandits saw Juan and the man carrying their treasure and decided to attack them. A fierce battle ensued, with Juan and the man fighting bravely to defend themselves and their treasure. "Keep fighting, we can't let them take our treasure," Juan shouted, swinging his sword at the bandits. The man nodded, his face set in determination. "I won't let them take what's rightfully ours," he said, brandishing a spear. But despite their efforts, the bandits overpowered them and took all the treasure for themselves. Juan and the man were left with nothing but bruises and wounds, and they realized that their greed had led them to a terrible fate. They returned to their village empty-handed but wiser for their experience. However, as they sat together in the village square, mourning their loss, something strange happened. The man who had helped Juan suddenly began to glow with a bright, golden light. Juan watched in amazement as the man's form transformed into that of a magical being, with wings of gold and a halo of light around his head. "Juan," the magical being said, "you have proven yourself to be a kind and selfless person. Your actions have shown that you are deserving of a greater reward than any treasure could provide. As for you," he said, turning to the man, "you have shown bravery and loyalty in the face of danger. You too shall be rewarded." The magical being then granted Juan and the man 3 wishes each, to be used for themselves or for the good of their village. Overwhelmed with gratitude and awe, Juan and the man used their wishes to improve their village and the lives of their fellow villagers. They built a new well for the village, a school for the children, and a hospital for the sick and injured. As for Juan, he realized that his journey to find the treasure had not been in vain. It had taught him the true meaning of wealth and the importance of kindness and generosity. From that day on, Juan lived a happy and contented life, knowing that he had not only gained riches, but also the love and respect of his community. And whenever he looked back on his adventure, he remembered the magical being's words and smiled, knowing that the greatest treasure of all was the goodness in his heart. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. We have tailor-made a video on left. If you missed my latest video, click on the right one, and the top left you can find playlist with more stories.